That's what's up, it's Trunks, and that's right, we have Town Hall 11 triples. That's right, you just saw it. We are getting into the Town Hall 11 triples. But all kidding aside, over at Fulmen Morte, we went up against White Harbor. They were kind of a mid-tier clan. They had a few engineered bases, but we did pull off some actual successful Town Hall 11 triples. So we'll go ahead and get into the first one. It's going to be Sebastian coming in, and he's going to step up with a little queen walk, and then bring a little small bowler squad to take out some additional air defenses, and then get on the backside with those brand new loons that have just been wrecking everything. And even at Town Hall 11, they are bringing the pain. So as you can see, he starts off with that queen, gets a wizard down on the top side to go ahead and take some of that trash out, and then his queen is just going to be able to easily walk down the side of the space. There's not a lot of point defense that's going to be on her, and he has those air defenses that are just relatively close to the outside, so he's going to be able to have his queen go ahead and step up and take those out. He gets 2 loons down to take out that archer tower while they are locked onto the healers, so that way he doesn't lose any of them as they are walking down. And then his queen is just going to continue to walk down, and she's eventually going to get down to where that enemy queen is and be able to step up and take her out. He gets a rage down as that queen steps up, so that way he's able to power through it with that point defense, and he saves that ability. And then up in the top side, he's going to go ahead and get down some troops. He's going to wall breaker in, and his objective is to just take out that top side air defense. He follows up with the Barb King behind, and then just brings in a small group of bowlers. He has a wizard cleaning, so that way the only spot for that Barb King to go is on the inside. The queen has now made her way around on the bottom side, and he brings a few wall breakers, so that way he can get that queen on the inside of that base. She's going to lure out that clan castle, and then just go ahead and take care of some of this trash. And then he's going to go ahead and start the La Lune portion of this raid on the top side. He's got 2 hounds coming into that final air defense, and then he's just going to target loons around the base with some haste to get them into the base. And then he has the Grand Warden following up, so that way all those troops have the increased health. He's got the queen still working on that bottom side with full health and the healers on her. She's just taking out that outside trash and getting that cleanup started early. Golem comes out of the clan castle, but that's not going to be much for that queen to take on as she is working with those healers still on her. Pops that ability so that way the loons that are going to the core are not affected by the first inferno, and he has a heal or a freeze to get down. And then basically at that point there are enough loons to go ahead and overpower that expo in the core and get down there for that Tesla. He's got the pups working on the top side, and then he's got his queen still working with full health to go ahead, but basically just absolutely demolishes this base, stepping up with those brand new loons. We're going to go ahead and get into a few other replays. The next one is going to be from Nihilist coming in with the Town Hall 10 versus Town Hall 10 triple. This is a very common base. As you see, a lot of farming bases will resemble this. I wanted to bring you guys something other than the typical war bases that we see on our side, to let you guys see how we go up against the typical farming bases. But he goes ahead, he comes in with a bowler kill squad and a golem to lead. He has a jump, a rage, and a heal down as his bowlers are entering into this base with the Barb King. And he's able to go ahead and just knock out 2 of the air defenses on the top side of the base. He gets the enemy queen, and he's able to take out that clan castle as well. And then he's just basically going to start his hound and loons on the behind the sweeper coming in from the 10 o'clock and 9 o'clock portion of this base. He's going to come in with 2 hounds, and then he's just going to follow in with some loons behind. There's a troll Tesla in the corner, so one of those loons redirects into that corner to take it out. He gets a rage down to hurry up and get into that first Inferno tower and get through the Teslas that are there. And then his loons are just going to get over to that air defense as the first hound pops. And then he's going to have some balloons coming in on the bottom side. The guy has ground exposed, so there's no worry about those. And then he comes in with a max hound to the last air defense. And then on this backside, he just has a free spell that he's going to get down on that Inferno. Haste to get into it relatively quick. And then he basically has just demolished this space on the backside. The last real tower that could be of worry to him would be that wizard tower, but with 2 hounds still standing on this base, that wizard tower is going to target them, and his loons will be able to walk in free. Go ahead and speed this one up as he's got 2 unpopped hounds and a good portion of balloons still working in the core. He's got some minions and wizards working around the outside of the base on the cleanup, but once again, another demolished base from Nala stepping up with the Town Hall 10 triple. And then we're going to go ahead and look at another Town Hall 10 triple. This is a pretty common base as well. Not exact sure of the name of it, but you can see we have BNZ. He's going to come in with a different approach. He's not going to use the brand new balloons that have just been wrecking everything. And he's going to show you that the old style of attacking these bases still works. He's got a Valk group and some hogs that he's going to bring in on the backside. But he's going to start off with a queen walk, and she's basically just going to walk towards the top side of this base, coming from the bottom, taking out some of these point defenses that are on the bottom, get some of the splash down. Going to go ahead and get that expo down, and then the queen basically only has one direction to walk, and that is going to be from the 6 o'clock up towards the 9 o'clock area. At this point, though, he only has that archer tower. He's able to get a lure and get that clan castle out. Dragon and balloons come out, so he's going to get a poison down on them to go ahead and slow them down while his queen takes them out. But with no other point defense on her, she pretty much has an easy clear to get that clan castle out, and then she's going to continue up to the top side of the base. He had a couple of troops step up on the outside and go ahead and take out some of the trash. Gets the Barb King down, and he kind of walks up north. I don't think he wanted that, but at the same time, it doesn't really matter because he's got the queen that's pretty much taken out the whole bottom side of the base. And then he has the bowler step up, take out that enemy queen, and then he's just going to wall break her in, so that way the queen is not going to work on beating through that wall. Has a jump down to get the Valk straight into the core of the space to where the Inferno Towers and all of his Teslas and Expos are. Gets a rage down, so the Valkyries are just going to rip right through the core of the space. Has a freeze for the backside Inferno, and then the Valkyries are just going to demolish the core of the base. The queen is still working on the backside, and then he has a few of the healers switch over to keep those Valks up. As they are working, they pop out of the backside after they demolish that whole core through the rages, and then he's just basically going to come in with some of his extra hogs that he has on the backside. But at this point, since there's no splash, he's going to be able to overwhelm the rest of the point defenses with those hogs, and then he just has a few buildings left. He's able to swag 4 of those hogs, and he has a leftover poison that he didn't even need. Next up, we're going to take a look at Tino. This is a Town Hall 9 stepping up and taking out a very common Town Hall 10 base. You'll see this a lot in farming, but he has the air defenses close to the outside once again, so Tino's going to take advantage of that and just queen walk down the side of this base. Picks up that first air defense, and then has a couple of point defenses on the queen. He rides it out, knowing that he can get through a few of them without having multiples on him at the same time. Clan Castle is lured out Baby Dragon and Regular Dragon with a loon come out, so he gets that poison down as well. Pops the ability to go ahead and get through the Baby Dragon and then start working on that Big Dragon, and then he's able to just drop that loon since it's just staying there by itself. And then his queen is going to continue down the bottom side of the base. At the same time, he's going to start a bowler walk at the 3 o'clock portion of this base, which is pretty easy for the fact that the guy has all of the defense hugging within 2 tiles of that wall. So the bowlers are going to walk down, take out the top side portion of the base. Queen's going to get through that wall and then basically take out that bomber tower and break the chain on the top. And then he's able to come in with his Valkyries at 6 o'clock with his Barb King. They're going to work right through that first wall with the big group, and then he's going to get a rage down to just make sure that they are going to rip straight into the core of this base. The bowlers have done a nice job making that funnel. Queen's got the funnel on the top side as she's working on taking out the Barb King. He gets a rage down to make sure that Queen stays up, and then he has a rage for his Valkyries in the core of this base, so that way they are able to just shred all the Teslas, the Inferno Towers, and the Expos that the guy has clumped up in the core of the base. Bowlers are still working on the bottom side, taking out some of the trash and working on that cleanup. He's going to get a wizard down on the backside, and then his queen is basically going to continue with the healers working on the top side of the base, and he's going to have some additional wizards to bring on the cleanup for that. But at this point, the base is pretty much wrecked as the Valkyries and the Barb King are still working. Barb King begins to tank for those bowlers, and then they're going to step up and just take out the last few point defenses, and the queen is basically working as well on that cleanup. but that is how you do it as a Town Hall 9, stepping up and taking out a Town Hall 10 in this. We're then going to scroll down and get some of the Town Hall 9 on Town Hall 9 action. We're going to have Stauncy coming in. He's hitting some bases that have a little different view, but they're not the typical war bases. He's going to start off with a baby dragon on the top side to get some of that trash down. And then he's basically going to come in with a queen walk. She's going to step up, take out some of these air defenses, and then work and get that clan castle out. The guy has a hole in his base, so he's able just to get a single troop down and lure it out. Takes care of the baby dragon and the regular dragon on the outside of the base while no point defenses on that queen. And then she's going to just step up and take care of the rest of this base. Queen is on the bottom side of the base with no additional point defense around it, so he's able to basically get his Barb King down, swap out that Barb King for the enemy queen, and then he's going to get that air defense on the bottom side, leaving him with only one since he zap quaked the middle one. And then he's going to come in with some dragons on the top side to get that trash, and before they step up in range of that air defense, he's going to get a hound down and take out that top air defense, and then he has a rage down to make sure that those dragons are able to get up into that air defense before it's able to pop that hound. It's got the queen still working on the bottom side of the base, and the Barb King as well, just going ahead and working on taking out some of that trash. Dragons are stepping up into the core, taking out the Expos, hits a few air bombs in the middle of the base, and they take out a few of his dragons, but at this point the queen has stepped up, and he has enough health on those dragons with the new attack speed. They're able to step up and take out the remaining Tesla's in the core, but then he has a full health dragon on the backside working, as well as the Barb King and the queen with the healer still on her. He just basically demolishes the space though, showing that dragons are now a viable option at Town Hall 9 with the increased attack speed. And then we're going to go ahead and get into another replay by him. He had a 6-pack on this one. This is another very common base where you see, but he's able to recognize that there is just a lane right through the core of the base, so he is able to walk his queen right through this base and take out all the vital things that he needs, and then his baby dragons are going to demolish his base. But he starts off with 2 baby dragons to go ahead and create a pretty wide funnel. He's then going to get the archer queen down, and then get the healers on her so that way she's able to walk right down the alley of the base. Gets a hog down, lures out that clan castle, and then he's going to have the poisons down waiting for the clan castle so that way they are already slowed down. Pops the ability to make sure that he gets through the Valks and that baby dragon. And then he's basically going to start a baby dragon and Barb King on the top side or bottom side of the base with a few bowlers. So that way they're able to step up since there are no air defenses over there and just start working on taking out some of the bottom trash. Barb King's out front taking for those bowlers so they are able to step up and take out some of the point defense on the bottom side of the space. He gets a rage down on the queen as she is working on taking out that enemy queen to keep her up, and then he's going to just step up and start taking out some of the air defenses that are in the core of this base and working on taking out some of the additional point defenses on the outside with a few loons. Barb King is still working on the bottom side. He gets that ability pop so that way he is still tanking, and then those bowlers are able to step up and just start taking out the archer towers that are on the bottom side of the base. At this point he is able to start working with a few baby dragons to go ahead and start getting that cleanup on the top side of the base. Pops the queen ability to go, or gets a rage down to get the queen through that Barb King, and then she's going to step up and take out the final 2 air defenses, and then at that point he's going to have the rest of his baby dragons that he is able to drop around the base and go ahead and get this base taken care of. Backside Expo is locked onto the queen, so he is able to drop a single loon so that way it is able to go in and take out that. And then he's basically just going to finish this up with a few baby dragons and 2 rages to swag on the backside of the base. So if you guys have made it this far in the video and you guys have liked what you've seen, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I'll answer any comments that you guys need at the bottom. But until next time, guys, this is Trunk signing out.